Alrighty, happy Friday. Today's lesson is on scale factor, and our objective is that student will be able to find the scale factor given two figures where one is a scale drawing of the other. Okay, so the definition of a scale factor is that the ratio of the length on a scale drawing or model to the corresponding length on the real object. Both quantities have the same unit of measure, and that part is important. You want to make sure if they're not both the same, you need to convert them. So here we see we're given 1 inch equals 2 feet, which is normal when you're doing a scale factor. Right? So you need to convert your 1/2 here into actually 1 over 24. So there's 12 inches in 1 foot, and if you have 2 feet, that makes 24 inches. Okay, so here we have the scale factor is the number you multiply by to either increase or decrease, because sometimes you shrink your pictures, which is called dilation, that you will focus on in 8th grade. Okay, so scale factors do not have units. We're not comparing, that the scale factor is 2 inches. Okay, you're just finding what did they multiply or divide by to get the scale factor. Okay, so here we want to know how many times bigger, okay, is this triangle, your red triangle, compared to the blue. Okay, so how much bigger did this blue one get? So what you need to do is we're going to divide the side of the new figure by the old figure. Okay, so the corresponding sides would be, let's highlight here, this side here. Oh, not white. This side corresponds with this side. Okay, taking our height. So then when we want to go and do it, we take our new and divide it by our old. So that means I have to take my 10 and divide it by 5, which means is 2. So our scale factor is 2. They multiplied 5 by 2, and they took 4 times 2, and that got your answer. Okay. So now here we have where it got smaller. We're still going to do the same thing like last time. We're going to take our new figure and divide it by our old figure. Okay, you always want to choose the sides that correspond with each other. Okay, so I need to take my 2 and divide it by 6. Now, could I take the other 2, the 3 and the 9? Yep, I can do that. I will do that to check my work this next time. All right, so 2 divided by 6, that reduces to 1/3. Okay, so they are dividing by 3. Okay, so if I take 3 and divide it by 9, I still get 1/3. So we would say our scale factor equals 1/3. Okay, the pink rectangle is 1/3 of our light green rectangle. Now here's where you're going to have to make sure, one, you know how to graph to make life easier. Okay, so we're going to enlarge, so we know our shapes are most likely going to get bigger. Each of these shapes by the given factor. Notice how this one for 2 and 3, they're whole numbers. So that means it's going to be a bigger picture. it's going to get bigger. But for a half, that means our picture is going to get smaller. Okay, so I look, this is 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a 4, 1, 2, and 2. So when I go, I need to take my 2 times my 2. So I know this new side needs to be a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I have to double. Maybe I would use my line. That might be easier. Okay. There we go. Now use this one. I'm going to go 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. This one's going to be 4. And then connect my dots. And there's my new shape. This is now times 2 bigger. It's 2 times bigger than the other one. All right, so now we have to do our next one. This is a 2 and this is a 2. So double your 2's to make them 4. All right, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then make your hypotenuse. And there you go. Easy peasy, right? So all I did for this one was that I times by 2. Now this one, remember we're going half. So if this is 4, I want to divide it by 2. This is 2, I want to divide it by 2. So now make my new lines. I have a 1. And then half of 4 is 2. And there we go. So I took it and divided by 2 instead of multiplying, or you can say I multiplied by a half. Either way, it's the same thing. Okay. Now, when you get to your actual work that you're doing today, you have some of it is word problems, and then you have some where you're going to graph just like before. Okay. So make sure you pay attention. Some of these you're going to have to convert. Okay. So like for number 1, if it tells you it's 10 miles, we need to change that. 1 mile is this many inches. So we have to take this times 10 because we have 10 miles. Okay. So that means that's how you're going to find your bottom number. You should always. Okay. So the next one, if you have 3 feet equals 2 yards, 1 yard equals 3 feet. So now you need to come up with what your scale factor is. Okay. So keep your 3 on top and then figure out what's going to go on the bottom. Okay. So 2 times 6 is 12. So that means your 12 is going to go on the bottom. All right, where's the other tricky one? Centimeters to meters. Okay, make sure you're paying attention on how you're going to do that. Okay, if you have any questions, send me an email. I put some links for some other videos to help you out. All right, have a great day.
Wait.